Welcome back, America. It's a pleasure to finally meet Nicole Parker, who is obviously brilliant. She worked at the FBI. She has a lot of incredible information. You just heard from Miranda Devine. She also has written this fantastic book, The Two FBIs, The Bravery and Betrayal I Saw in My Time at the Bureau. When I was Chief of Staff to the Attorney General of the United States, you know, you had to be pretty gutsy, Nicole, to write a book like this. You had to be pretty gutsy to do what you've done. And what's interesting about you, to me, is you're able to explain the problems, the defects, what you saw, without trashing the men and women of the FBI and the institution of the FBI per se. And we just had Miranda Devine on, and she's raised some very troubling issues with respect to the FBI related to the assassination attempt at Butler. And so what I wanted to ask you, is this part of the problem really you're talking about in your fantastic book, that, look, they got to get their act together. There's a little bit too much of this clubbiness going on over there. They need to focus and prioritize, and it's very hard for two men, you know, Bongino and Patel. It's a massive agency with massive infrastructure, bureaucracy that's very enshrined to do these things. So what is your take?
Right. Well, first of all, thank you so much for having me. You're exactly right. It is a very daunting task. What Kash Patel is walking into is an absolute disaster zone. And I'm just going to be blunt here. I know that the truth will always set you free, and that is what I do. My best to do is to speak the truth, because that's what Americans deserve, and that's what the FBI should stand for. And so when we look at the specific investigation with Butler, again, this was under Director Wray and the Deputy Director, Paula Bate, and that's very important to take note of, because I did work under Director Wray along with James Comey and Robert Mueller as FBI directors, and I can tell you unequivocally that the FBI was focused on the wrong priorities, especially during the Biden administration, to the point, Mark, that I walked away. It was no longer even worth it. The FBI had become politically and socially weaponized, and we saw many things coming, cracks starting in the foundation back. I personally saw it in Comey's days. We'll get to that in a moment. But again, with this Butler investigation, let's take note of the fact that Director Wray could not even admit that President Trump had been shot. During a congressional testimony, he was even what I call victim shaming, not even acknowledging what had actually happened. And I remember coming out on Fox News and saying, that is absolutely the wrong approach. That is the last thing that you do. President Trump is lucky to be alive. It is literally by the good grace of God that he is still with us. There is a civilian, Corey, who is a true hero, who is no longer with us, and another individual who's injured. And so the FBI, in my opinion, it doesn't shock me that this happened on Christopher Wray's watch. And now all of this information and revelation is coming out that originally the FBI seemed to know nothing about the shooter. And now it's coming out that there's voluminous amounts of information about this shooter, online digital footprint, social media accounts, activities. And that's what I'm saying. They were focused on the wrong things. They were so obsessed specifically, Mark, on DEI, that they were missing the ball on major problems. They were so focused on January 6 misdemeanors. For 4 years straight, the Biden administration and Garland unequivocally said this is the largest FBI investigation in history. That is why they were missing the ball and not doing the right things at the right time when it came to real threats.
Man, you make a lot of great points there. And your book is fantastic, The Two FBIs. You can get it on Amazon.com right now, any major bookstore. I encourage people to do it. We'll be right back.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.